Indie horror comic books are just as gnarly, just as gruesome, and just as overlooked as indie horror films. So let's shine a light on 5 horror comic books that not only should you read, but I would love to see get movie adaptations. So first up is Nailbiter. Now shout out to my homie Big Goobs, who's the inspiration for this entire post because he reminded me the other day that Nailbiter exists and I needed to talk about it. So Nailbiter centers around a fictional Oregon town that has produced 16 of the worst serial killers in history. So when the most recent one, known as Nailbiter, is caught by the FBI, he must help find a missing agent and help discover the mystery behind this small town. This story is well written and intriguing. It's bloody, it's gory, it goes fucking hard. I would love to see Nailbiter get a movie adaptation. Next up is Wormwood Gentleman Corpse. It was created by Ben Templesmith, who was the co-creator and artist for a little comic you might have heard of called 30 Days of Night. So Wormwood is a horror comedy that sees a trans-dimensional demigod worm inhabit dead bodies in order to save the world. This is a blast of a comic and it would make for an absolute blast of a movie. American Vampire from Scott Snyder and Raphael Albuquerque is so fucking good. It adds some new ideas and some interesting concepts to the vampire lore. The first story in this run takes place in 1925's Los Angeles, and we follow an aspiring actress who has just become the second ever American vampire. But she's not happy about it and she sets out to get revenge on those who turned her. That's then followed up by a Western vampire story that may be based in more fact than fiction. Look, I love the American Vampire comic series and I would love to see a film adaptation. Cryptozoic Man is a 4-issue miniseries by comic book man Brian Johnson and Walt Flanagan. It sees the life of a middle-aged man turn upside down when his daughter goes missing in Bigfoot country. In the search for his daughter, he's abducted by aliens and discovers that the fate of the world is dependent on capturing the most legendary cryptids. So this one is a ton of fun and has some gnarly visuals. Really, there's no one better to bring it to life than Brian, Walt, and their best friend Kevin Smith. And finally, we have one of my all-time favorite horror comic series, Hack Slash. So in this series, we follow Cassie Hack and her giant partner Vlad as they hunt down real-life slashers. This one is so damn good. It's brutal, it's bloody, it's campy and self-aware, and it's just such a good time. And I would love nothing more than to see a film or series adaptation of Hack Slash. And there's been talks and rumors of one for many years now, but nothing has ever come to fruition. But it would be absolutely amazing to see Hack Slash come to life in the future. So there you have it. Those are 5 of my favorite horror comic books that I would love to see on the big screen. Let me know in the comments which ones you've read and which ones you'd love to see get film adaptations. But I'm your horror movie hype man. Hit that follow button and I'll see you next time.